How do you just view this game and then obviously the last five or so?
We obviously have stuff to work on, but it's not like a situation where we don't know what to do and how to get it done. Milwaukee's they're a good team, obviously, the championship DNA now, and they present some challenges in terms of putting pressure on the interior and spacing for with their shooting. And we just got off to a terrible start where everything went wrong on both ends of the floor. The way that they guarded us, we created some pretty good looks, just didn't make any early. They took that momentum and played a little hungrier than we did tonight. To start the game, and then pretty much won it in the first 18 minutes. So we have to obviously start games better, get back to who we are offensively, understand how teams are defending us, and create easy looks, and then find some type of heartbeat on the defensive end. We've shown it in spurts, we've shown a little bit of life, but we set the bar really high early in the season of what we're comparing it to. So we got to get back to that.
This is the 41st game, you kind of alluded to it there, but for these last five games, that's the way you evaluate kind of bigger picture of this first half of the season?
Not at all. I mean, again, it's a situation where you're comparing yourself to yourself, and there's never a moral victory situation. We're not talking about that. It's maintaining confidence in who you are and what you establish yourself to be. We beat some really good teams in this league. We've lost to some pretty good teams. We've gotten blown out a couple of times. It's the life of an 82-game schedule, but where it gets tricky is if there are consistent things that show up, night after night, and obviously that's what we have to, correct sooner than later. So we got another opportunity tomorrow. It's been nice having Clay back. Obviously, we're missing Draymond, to say the least, and you want to be able to right the ship as quick as possible, but there's no panic.
What in particular consistently have you not liked?
I mean, turnovers that lead to easy buckets, because especially early in the game, that is a sign of sometimes focus, sometimes just an overall lack of execution and understanding what we're trying to do, which then gives teams confidence. And I think consistently we've gotten I won't call it like breakout games, but we've gotten people's best shot compared to how they have been playing, and that's kind of a taste like the old warrior kind of way, which is dope because it allows us to be tested every night. And if you don't show up with the right approach, then nights like tonight can happen. So turnovers, we had some rebounding trouble. I think we've gotten a little bit better than that. And then offensively, just creating the right shots and being able to make adjustments based on how teams are defending me and how teams are defending us as a whole. So that hasn't been great as of late.
Early in the season, you guys had a pretty stable rotation. Lately, obviously, Draymond's been in and out, health and safety protocols for a bunch of guys. Now Clay being kind of reintegrated. How much do you see that affecting some of the role guys? The Jordan Pooles who.
And we try to prepare for it, but it is an adjustment. And that's why where we are in this season, there is no panic because we have time to figure that out and for guys to get comfortable, because you knew Clay was coming back and there was going to be 20 minutes at first, obviously increasing as he gets more comfortable, kind of taken away from the whole group. New starting lineup, Draymond obviously being out is required some adjustments. So I think we always talk about breaking this into 3 seasons, like getting off to a good start, waiting for Clay to get back, Wise, in this period we're in right now where, we have to make those adjustments and continue to try to, get better, stay patient, and get everybody, comfortable with our new chemistry. And then, a playoff push, which, by post All-Star break type vibe where you got to get really dialed in and understand who you are. So kind of talked about it, prepared for it, but it's tough when you're in the middle of a run like this. Again, comparing ourselves to ourselves, we've lost four in a row on the road, including that New Orleans game. We've beaten Cleveland, Utah, and teams that are going to be in the playoffs. So we've shown that we can do it. We just got to stick with it.
Does Draymond more on the court or off the court?
On the court.
The fire he brings after a loss.
You can yell all you want to in the locker room, but if you're not on the court, then it don't really matter.
Hang on. Monty, go ahead with one Zoom. Go ahead, Monty.
As someone who is familiar with Giannis's journey from the start to where he is now, is there stuff that your young guys, JK and Wise, can learn from watching Giannis play and what he does out there?
Do your homework on what the first couple of years looked like for him, first 2 or 3 years where he was trying to figure out his way. Like, that's the hardest thing for anybody to hear as a young guy with an opportunity in front of you is patience. Like maybe any industry in the world, like patience is tough. It's you don't really know, when things are really going to click, when you're going to take that next leap, but you have to fall in love with the process and the work that goes into it every day. You can't, cheat that part of the process and you can't rush it. So, most superstars in the league weren't superstars when they first got in and weren't as polished as, they are when they hit their prime. So, you could probably ask him what was that first 3 years like, where he was just really trying to figure out who he was, and it was all about the work that he put in and just slowly getting better. So stick with the process.